It's Ag Week at USU. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse. Coming up on ATV News.
I just feel like everyone's jumping the gun a little bit too quickly.
A ban on flavored vape products is looming, but is the black market to blame?
The pilot on your last flight probably wasn't a woman. We'll show you what USU is doing to change that.
We'll show you how construction has been slowing down more than just traffic.
Summer officially ends on Monday, but is it really time to put away the barbecue?
School's in session. Find out if you can pass our Aggie Sports Quiz.
All that and more. This is ATV News.
Welcome to this edition of ATV News. I'm Caden Anderson.
And I'm Adam Larson. Logan schools are back to normal today after teachers and parents were informed of a violent threat to a high school in the valley. School officials say someone admitted to a mental health provider that they had been thinking of committing a violent act at a school. Law enforcement was notified and evaluated before the threat, informing schools like Logan High. School district officials say the staff's response kept students safe.
As the overall approach by the human beings in the process was positive. They received information, they immediately took steps to secure the buildings, and students were kept safe.
School officials say no one school was mentioned by the target or targeted by the individual.
There have been 7 confirmed deaths and more than 300 injured from the vape-related lung injuries in the last month. ATV's Nick Porath shows us how that may end the sale of flavored vape juice.
Stores like this may soon have to stop selling flavored products after recent lung injuries.
If it is only specific vape juices that are causing this, and we are able to ban those and we are able to get those out, and we still have a better and healthier alternative to smoking, I would like to keep that around.
But is it the vape juice that's causing the injuries?
I just feel like everyone's jumping the gun a little bit too quickly. In a lot of the reports, there have been reports of it being connected to the THC carts and not to us.
On the black market, cartridges like this are commonly filled with THC oil, but they could also be filled with anything else. How will a ban on flavored vape juice like this cause fewer injuries?
The Center for Disease Control is still finding out. They report no consistent e-cigarette or vaping product, substance, or additive has been identified, nor has any one product or substance been conclusively linked to lung disease in patients. Most patients have reported a history of using e-cigarette products containing THC, many using products containing both nicotine and THC, and some only containing nicotine. Juice like this has been regulated by the FDA for some time.
If you're a big company that we can actually carry in our shops, I think it was 3 years ago, you had to send in your recipe and the formula for your flavors in order to be a company.
The fate of certain vape products is unknown as long as the CDC is still investigating the lung injuries. Nick Porath, ATV News.
New York and Michigan have already implemented statewide flavor bans, as well as San Francisco and Boulder, Colorado.
You don't usually see kickboxing in bike races, but that's what cyclists did in an alley cat race this weekend. Riders met at Aggie Blue Bikes with smiles on their faces, not completely aware of all the tasks they faced. Riders earned points for best dressed. Some showed their support in completely mismatched clothes.
It's nice to see the community come out and support Pride Week in general and like the LGBTQ community. And it's great in such a small town like Logan to have a really tight-knit community that's progressive in that way.
There is no set course in alley cat races. Instead, cyclists go to several stops and complete challenges to move on. One of the challenges was to hit a sign with a kickball. Another was to run through training bags and knock cups off of them as fast as possible. The riders got ribbons from the challenges, which they turned in at the end of the Pride Ride.
The LGBT community is spreading love, acceptance, and sense of community through a public festival.
Just the queer student organization at USU.
Hundreds gathered in Willow Park to celebrate the annual 4th Logan Pride Festival, an event that is full of music, arts and crafts, and a lot of hugs. The host of Logan Pride says whatever your reason for not attending, maybe they want you to know one thing.
You're still just as welcome, you're still just as valid, and we still support you. We hope you can come next year. Just know that we are here throughout the year, trying to support and create that sense of community for everyone.
LGBTQ plus supported groups happen every Monday from 12:30 to 1:30 on the 3rd floor of the TSC.
Accidents are distracting drivers from paying attention to the road in front of them. Police responded to an accident on Main Street and 500 North. These people hit a pole located on the northeast side of Main Street. A tow truck removed the vehicle from the scene. Another small accident happened at this location due to distracted driving.
I was driving home from work today and there was a crash and people must have not been paying attention and I was rear-ended by a car.
Raymond says she hopes everyone will remember to pay attention when driving past an accident.
You may have noticed construction going on near Logan Center Street. I took a look at how the construction is affecting local businesses. Logan Center Street is undergoing construction to bring businesses back downtown. Current businesses say
it's definitely slowed down the pace of customers that we usually have during our rush hours.
The mornings and nights are a lot slower. You know, it's not as packed.
We actually opened up 5 days ago, so we haven't experienced business without construction yet.
businesses located here on Center Street have said that their guests have had trouble finding parking. Behind Center Street, you can find more parking and back entrances to all the businesses affected by the construction.
Most people don't really know that you can get to the store from the back.
Along with hard-to-find entrances, business owners say that the construction is causing hazardous conditions for their guests.
We've seen some people walking through the dirt, and yesterday the front sidewalk was a trench the whole day, so we saw a lady and she was carrying her kid and she actually slipped into the trench and almost fell and was trying to hold her kid up out of it.
But when will the construction end?
They said between October or November. They weren't really sure either, so somewhere around there.
Local businesses say they hope business picks back up once the construction ends.
Less than 6% of aviation workers are women. Saturday, Utah State worked to change that. Planes, helicopters, and flight simulators. Utah State's Girls in Aviation Day had plenty for everyone who showed up.
So, right here is your airspeed, so that's how fast you're going.
These girls are learning about a plane flown by Utah State students, hands-on.
They get to try something they've never done before, and when they do it, they're just they go, wow, this is so amazing. And it's really cool to see them get excited about something that they haven't done before.
Girls were even able to step into the flight simulator to get almost the full experience of what it's like to be in aviation.
Whether they want to fix airplanes, fly airplanes, work on them, air traffic control, this is a chance for them to know what they can do in the future.
Utah State has a new drone miner and used one to take a picture of everyone at the event.
So I always thought women have been doing what they want for years and that it was no big deal that I was going to go into this field.
The keynote speaker says working on airplanes isn't just for men.
We are capable, we're strong enough, it's all about physics, we don't need to have that extra muscle.
Olson says she didn't have a female to look up to in the field.
I wish I had it, so I want to be that voice and face to other girls.
She hopes these girls continue their interest in aviation.
I would love to have one day to have an all-female engine change crew so we can actually prove, listen, we got this, we can do it.
Women currently account for 9% of Utah State's aviation program, 3 points above the national average.
Brandon Dean is here with weather and is going to tell us what we can look forward to during the week.
Thanks, Caden. And if any of you Aggie aviators out there are planning to take to the skies, I would wait until the weekend. The next few days could be a little bit turbulent. When we come back, I will have your complete weather forecast. The current temperature in Logan is 78 degrees.
Coming up, did you know there was a special ops mission last week in Logan Canyon? We'll tell you where and why.
Sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told by kids
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I thought I had it under control. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
Do you ever eat everything on your plate? ATV's Austin Elder shows what some people are doing with the leftovers you think are scraps.
You know, throwing out food can feel like a waste, but there's a lot of programs around the valley that are, helping out with new programs to help get rid of food waste.
All that stuff you don't eat makes up half of what ends up in landfills, according to the EPA. But composters want to keep it out of there.
We realized that there was a need for household and other residential food scrap collection services where folks can divert their food waste instead of throwing it in the trash and ultimately going to the landfill.
I'm standing outside the Logan City landfill where the city's conservation coordinator, Emily Malik, says that soon your food waste actually won't be coming here because the landfill is nearing its capacity. Here at Herms, state law forces them to throw away their unused food.
It is a common problem with all restaurants, which is unfortunate. We recycle and we do those things, but as far as the actual food goes, it goes in the garbage can and goes to a landfill.
Our goal is to make composting easy for everyone.
It was perfect for our house. We have a lot of people, we create a lot of food waste. So this was just an easy solution. We didn't have a smelly pile in our backyard anymore. We just throw it away, it gets taken away once every other week, and it's no hassle.
We take the dirty bins back to our commercial space and we compost them using worms, which is called vermicomposting, which just means that the worms do the composting for us.
It's really great because there's no service like this in the area, and even in the greater Utah area, this is really like a one-of-a-kind thing that I think it would be great if it could be expanded.
You can get more composting bins like this at the LLC, and then they'll give you all the information you need. But for more information, feel free to visit our Facebook page. Live from the LLC, I'm Austin Elder. Back to you, Caden.
Thanks, Austin. Face painting, balloon animals, and a lot of food and dancing. Logan's 6th Hispanic Heritage Festival was about more than having a good food and a good time. It was about including the Hispanic culture into the entire Logan community.
There's many of us here, and we are excited to be part of this community and be part of you and bring whatever we have to this beautiful valley.
The festival took place Saturday outside the Logan Library and was open to anyone. Merging cultures from across the United States, Central and South America.
So coming up, we'll take a look at our weather here.
Brandon, what can we expect from the weather this week?
Well, it's been kind of good today, but let's go take a look at that radar and see what things are looking like nationally. So as you can see here on the national radar, the blue areas indicate light precipitation or possibly not even rain, just clouds forming. These heavier, darker colored areas, those represent heavy precipitation. If you look at the Great Lakes region, there's this line of precipitation, and that was that cold front that just moved through here on Monday, giving us all that windy day that we had. Down at the Texas coast, however, the remainder of a tropical depression is lingering over the Galveston area. There's no real wind threat, but they're getting very wet down there. And if you look at the northwest region here, it looks like there's another cold front moving through that will be hitting us within the next few days. With that, let's take a look at local weather. So there's not much going on in the state of Utah today. We have just a line of clouds along the Wasatch Front. Other than that, just a few scattered showers. Let's look at the 7-day forecast. Well, today has been looking great. As you can see, Wednesday, sunny, high of 78. And if you haven't been outside yet, I suggest getting out to the quad and help celebrate Cast Week. They're there barbecuing. They got farm animals out and tractors. And then move into tomorrow, we start to see a low pressure coming through in the evening with possible showers. And Friday will be cloudy and rainy with the chance of thunderstorms. Moving on through the rest of the week, it should be pretty nice, good weekend, and a nice easy start to the week.
You may have seen a big group of people Friday night in front of the Military Science Building looking ready for war. ATV's Shay Densley shows you what they did up Logan Canyon.
They dress like it's real and skulk like it's real, but it's just a simulation. There's still a job to do.
The whole objective was for the cadets to infiltrate enemy territory, locate these SAM sites at night, find the missiles, take them out, and then get out.
It's here at Temple Fork up Logan Canyon the Air Force ROTC cadets and civilians work together to accomplish key objectives. The hardest part is to not get caught.
If they caught you,
what are you guys doing here?
They would take you away to a simulated prisoner of war camp.
Who will follow me right now?
Where you were probably duct taped, you might get interrogated a little bit.
Planners say the hundreds of hours spent at the detachment or det is worth it.
It's a great opportunity to get outside of the det and to mingle with each other in a way that is fun, that's exciting, and to teach leadership.
Besides leadership, they say they come to appreciate those who do it for real.
There are people that do this, but it's not just for a game, it's not an activity, it's real life. So I always remember those POWs who weren't fortunate enough to make it home.
Escape and Evasion offers a chance to practice a special ops mission without specific training.
We're not trying to make this something that trains you to go do these missions. We're just trying to give you an idea of what it's like, to maybe inspire you to go and pursue a cool career doing that, and generally just to let people have fun.
Shay Densley, ATV News.
USU's Air Force ROTC hosts Escape and Evasion at the beginning of every school year.
There's a car show almost every week in Utah, possibly none or few as cool as this one. Bus, and there were 315 other similar Volkswagen vehicles last Saturday in Riverton at the 10th annual VW Classic. Older generations and younger ones were excited to be there because Volkswagens are special to so many people.
Everybody has a story about a VW. They either owned one, they rode in one, they fell out of one once when they were a child, they slept on the floor of one. VWs just bring such happiness, nostalgia to people. They smile when they see them, and everybody wants to share a story about them.
In addition to the car show and parade, there was a relay race called the Club Dash. The Utah team won the Club Dash this year.
Man, I'd really like to drive one of those BMWs.
Yeah, you know, but I think fixing those cars up would take a lot of study, don't you think?
You definitely need to go to school for one of those things.
And you guys better study up because after the break, we are taking a quiz and the topic is Aggie Sports.
Have you ever thought a car belonged in a junkyard? These people turn those cars into race cars.
Quiet, please. Wait a sec. I'll take one. Oh yeah. All right. All good. Take care. Way to go. Nice. Bring it on. Gotcha. I'm here for you. Oh no. Please, please, please. I'm waiting. Interesting. Not buying it. Not fair. That's it. This conversation is over. Oh, brother.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things.
I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome to Sports School. I'm your teacher, Miss Likens, and today we are breaking out the books and quizzing our anchors on Aggie sports. Students, anchors, make sure to raise your hand to be able to answer the quiz question. So we're starting out our quiz today in high school. So our first question, here we go. True or false? Skyview is the top-ranked team in Region 11. Caden?
False.
False. It is false. Green Canyon is actually ranked first in the Region 11, and the two faced off Friday night. Green Canyon starts off strong in the first quarter with this pass from Jordan London to Jacob Regan for the first touchdown of the night. Then again with this 35-yard pass from London to Tanner Watson. Wow, what a pass. Then London makes this long pass when Skyview's Scott Morris intercepts the toss. Skyview's Kason Carlson takes the quarterback keeper in for a score. Skyview then takes home the win 32-24. Now let's level up to college. Here we go, true or false? Women's soccer won over the weekend. Adam?
That one's true.
True, yes, that's right. Women's soccer won 1-0. Freshman midfielder Megan Astle scored her first collegiate goal and the Aggies' only goal in the 32nd minute of the game. Now let's clear our board and get on to our next question. All right, so NCAA correspondent Andy Katz released the March Madness seed bracket predictions. Where did the men's basketball team rank?
The 8th seed.
8 seeds, super close, 2 seeds away. Aggies are predicted to do really well this year, and I talked to some students on campus to hear their thoughts on the upcoming season.
I'm so glad Kata's back. That's probably why we're going to be a 6th seed this year in the tournament.
Knowing that we're going to be in March Madness, or at least hoping we're going to be in March Madness, makes me happy again.
Hopefully it's a little bit higher, but...
Aggie football is doing well also. And so, guys, when is Aggie football's next game? Adam?
That's going to be on like Friday night?
Friday, ooh, very close, one day after. It's actually this Saturday at San Diego State. The Aggies had a bye this past week, so we won't see the Aggies at home until the 28th against Colorado State. Okay, this is our last and final question. Who's going to take it home? Okay, the question is, what is one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S.? Adam?
Is it basketball?
Basketball, no, but this sport does involve a ball. It's actually pickleball. According to the USA Pickleball Association, pickleball has grown 650% over the last 6 years. It doesn't take much equipment to play and can be as laid back or competitive as you want to make it. The second annual Fall Paddle Battle took place this weekend at Logan's Bridger Park. In pickleball, you have to stay to the area closest to the net known as the kitchen. That allows for longer volleys and fewer smash hits. With indoor and outdoor courts, you are able to play year-round, making it easier to meet others who play.
I've met so many new friends from playing, and of all ages, which is awesome. So some my age, but then all the way up to 85, I think was the oldest I've played with, and it's fun just getting to know a variety of people.
110 people registered to play in the 3-day tournament. Teams competed for prizes that included free registration for next year's tournament and passes to the Logan Rec Center. So guys, do you think you would be big pickleballers?
I don't know if I'd be very good at it, but I'm always open to try it.
I'd love to try it. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a life-size table tennis, right?
You know, I think you forgot about one sport that happened over the weekend. Because one man's trash is another man's trash car. I checked out trash car racing on Saturday night. Demolition Derby met NASCAR at the Logan Fairgrounds this weekend. Trash car racing had all sorts of old cars and vans make an appearance, but some of them didn't make it through the night. One man went head-to-head against his brother.
This race, he took my car out. Last race, I took his car out.
Crashes and cars getting stuck are common, so drivers pick any car they can find.
This one I got from my roommate. My last two I got out of a scrapyard. Just whatever I get with 4 tires. We just make whatever run.
Conover says racing is a hobby he enjoys with his family and friends.
You could see more than just trash car racing, as they had hillbilly lawnmower racing as well.
One lawnmower driver enjoys the night's environment.
I just feel like that I'm with like-minded people,
that just want to come out, have a good time.
Garner says he thinks lawnmower racing is safer than driving in the cars, but you can still tip over. The night also saw the cowhide ride, a person getting dragged behind a four-wheeler on a piece of cloth. One man jumped from the crowd to try it out.
Ate a lot of mud, got a little cut up, and had a great time.
But someone always drives through the mud a winner. That was such a different style of racing. I'd love to check that one out again. A new addition to Logan Parks is coming soon. Brandon Dean shows us what we can expect from the new Bridger Bike Park.
Logan's mountain bike and BMX riders have been confined to trails and homemade ramps.
We normally ride in Providence Canyon. We like other places like Green Canyon and Jardine Juniper.
What you see behind you is the beginning of the park, and it's not yet open.
Soon, you will be able to come here to Bridger Bike Park instead of having to go up the canyon.
It will have everything from this beginner pump track section to technical trail areas on up to BMX style tracks with big jumps.
For now though, the Parks Department is asking that you stay off the track, especially when it's muddy like this.
But when it's wet, one set of tires through it's going to leave a 2-inch gap in there that we have to go in and fill.
All that's left to do is put a fence around it, put in a nice pavilion and some signs, and add some topsoil.
Once that's all done, we should be having a grand opening, certainly before the snow falls this season.
Brandon Dean, ATV News.
Bridger Bike Park will be open to the public October 9th.
The library made some changes this summer. Ariana Piper shows us what's new, including a new place to study.
The USU library was busy making changes this summer.
We're always looking at what can we do that'll make the library work better for the students and faculty who are using it.
The library is currently working on a lactation room and a family study room for parents and their kids.
The space will have toys. It's got a little child-sized table and chairs.
One of the biggest changes the library made is the addition of chairs catered to studying.
The new chairs on the second floor have many uses. There's a desk to study at, plus a light, and there are plug-ins for your devices.
Students say they like the chairs and they are in high demand.
It's like a nice little cocoon where I can, I feel like I can take a nap without people just staring at me.
I like that there's padding on both sides so I can kind of relax whatever way I want.
Every time I come here to the library or whatever, like half the time I can't even get one of these chairs because I don't know, they're just so useful.
The library recently added a 3D skeleton model that students can check out. Currently, there is a cluster of sample chairs on the first floor that students can try and give feedback on which is their favorite.
A lot of our study tables, especially on this floor, the chairs are falling apart. And so we are looking to replace a bunch of those.
A library employee says he has noticed the rapid changes.
I think they're trying to accommodate a lot more people and get more resources for students.
Ariana Piper, ATV News.
The library is currently in a 3 to 5 year plan of changes.
Two of our own from ATV News won Student Production Awards at the Rocky Mountain Emmys last weekend in Arizona. Ayana Likens won for her story on a deaf keyboard artist. Former staffer Zachary Aedo won for his story on Bicycle Brent. It's pretty cool to have some people that we know have Emmys, especially Ayana here, got one of her own.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I even seen a little bit of lipstick on that one still.
Yeah, there probably is. I kissed it right after I won. Way too excited.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of ATV News.
Catch all the latest editions of ATV News on our Facebook page.
We'll leave you with some shots of Logan Canyon.
Have a great week, Aggies.